Nick Airball entered the high-stakes poker world in 2022 and quickly became one of the most polarizing players, mostly because of his obnoxious antics.
You have to give him the chip.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Chip.
Whoa,
man.
I want to get in that room right now.
Keep playing.
While these antics are what Nick is most well known for, he also plays regularly in some of the biggest live stream cash games in the world. And if you ask the average poker viewer what they think of his game, they would probably say something like this.
I'll be gone in like a year.
I don't think it'll be gone in a year.
But when you look at the data, something becomes clear. Nick Airball is actually crushing these games to the tune of over $3 million in profit. In fact, his results are so impressive that he is currently 4th all-time in TV cash game earnings, trailing only legends like Jungle Man, Andrew Roble, and Tom Dwan. So how is this possible? Why does the poker community think of Nick Airball as a fish when his results are so solid?
What a call by Nick.
That's what I'm going to explore in today's video. Nick Airball made his debut on Hustler Casino Live on February 1st, 2022. His first 6 months or so as a regular on the show, he mostly played their smaller games like the ante game. He started playing higher stakes games later that and began to become a staple on the show.
We are here with Nick Airball, looking like a Molly dealer in a Miami retirement community right here. What's up, Nick Airball?
But it wasn't until the infamous Robbie versus Garrett hand that Airball became well known to the poker community.
That is super, super strange. You can see his reaction.
Garrett put my name in his manifesto and essentially said that I was a part of the cheating ring, and that caused a lot of problems for me at work.
I don't want to rehash the whole Garrett vs. Robbie scandal since it's beyond the scope of this video, but when Garrett left Hustler for good, it created a scenario where the show needed to build new stars who could draw viewers. And with his obnoxious antics and trash talk, Nick Airball was the perfect person to fill this void.
You'll be on your way home after you do this one, right?
Wow. Nick needling button clicker in this huge
I like
spot.
all of it.
For the next several months, we began to see Airball featured in almost all of Hustler's biggest games. But while he was playing in all these big games, the public opinion was simple. People believed that he was a fish. This directly contradicted his public results, where he was actually up over $1 million on live streams. The fish narrative only grew stronger when Nick Airball challenged Matt Berkey to a heads-up challenge in the spring of 2023.
What made you think you can go into a heads-up match with really no heads-up experience, actually go into that environment and win? I mean, Matt, to his credit, has been around 20 years. He is studied, he knows how to play poker. What made you think you could pull that off?
No, I mean, I play a lot of poker.
Tensions were very high. The stakes were 200, 400 with a 400 ante. The match took only 58 hours. Berkey ended up winning $1,029,700. By losing the match in such a dominating fashion, Nick was viewed as an incredibly weak player. The Berkey match also coincided with a massive downswing on televised games. He had peaked at over $1.5 million in profit, but saw himself going on a downswing of almost $2 million. This continued, and in September 2023, Airball even revealed that he was on a $8 million downswing. Man, an $8 million downswing. I guess he must have had some serious leaks. And if you want to plug leaks in your game, check out our pinned comment to get more info about 5 leaks that are costing you money. At this point, public opinion was pretty clear. Airball was a whale. He had started out on a heater at Hustler, but he was clearly just sunrunning and always destined to lose. Airball's results bottomed out in January of 2024 when he was down $800,000 on live streams. But from there, something changed, and he began to win at crazy rates. From January 2024 to March of 2025, he got out of the red and was profiting just over $500,000 on streams. And that's when the rocket ship took off. Over the past 6 months, that number has skyrocketed, and he has now profited over $3.5 million, which is the 4th most in live stream history. In total, he played over 1,100 hours with an hourly win rate of over $3,100. So how is this even possible? Is he a fish on a heater, or is he actually a winning player? So now let's jump into a couple of Nick Airball hands. This first one we're going to look at, Nick Airball opens 6-5 of diamonds from the low jack to $6,000 and gets flatted in the big blind by Alan Keating with 8-4 offsuit, and we go to a flop.
Oh, wow. Top 2 for Keating. A straight flush draw for Airball.
35,000.
35 grand. Keating, who leads here.
This pot starts off all fine and dandy. They're all laughing together. They're having a good time. Nick Airball's all smiles. Like everything just seems like it's just going to be like a standard, like smallish pot. Nick Airball goes ahead and c-bets a $5,000 friendly wager here on the flop. And an Alan Keating check raises to $35,000. That's a very large check raise. Nick Airball, of course, with his straight flush draw, goes ahead and makes the call, and let's take a turn.
He's going to bet. $60 grand. Now Airball's raising.
So Keating continues on the turn here for $60,000, and Airball raises to $230,000 in position here. I don't think this is necessary, but this is just typical Nick Airball, just making a ballsy move, guys. He's putting a lot of pressure on the type of hand that Alan Keating has, the 8-4 offsuit, and he's just putting Alan in just such a difficult spot here. Alan ends up making the call, and let's take a river.
Almost $550,000 in there. Big river card coming. Brick for Airball.
$525.
And bets
125.
almost pot.
The river comes the ace of spades, and Alan Keating checks to Nick Airball. And Nick Airball fires out $525,000 on this river, guys. This takes a lot of guts. And I know some of you might be watching this and be thinking, oh, it's just a standard bluff, Jack. You know, he missed his draw and he's just making a bluff. But I'll tell you what, even the guys playing in this game right here, you have to have incredible table presence to pull off a bluff of this size and to not flinch. I mean, he's stone cold, and bluffing a guy like Alan Keating, who's known to be a calling station. This is the kind of guy Nick Airball is. He's so entertaining. He's doing this for the fans. He probably knows this bluff is going to get called very frequently from Alan Keating, and he's still pulling the trigger here, guys. This is what I love about Nick Airball. He doesn't care about the money. He's trying to just play street poker, okay? He's just going to the streets. He's putting people to the test. He's just the kind of guy that wants to make a massive bluff versus someone and show the bluff and just feel good about it. Have everyone at the table react. Have all the fans watching love him. This is who Nick Airball is.
Wow, there's the call.
You win.
Wow. 8s and 3s, or 8s and 4s rather, with an ace for Keating.
And even though in this spot he got called down, he still keeps it light. He still keeps a good energy. Yes, there are times where he goes off the rails and like says stupid shit, but generally speaking, he brings a positive vibe to the table.
And now Airball stuck almost $750,000.
Kings for Doug Polk. 5s for Airball. As we lock into the action, hand number 108. 3 bets to 14K, and we are definitely deep enough to go set mining. Makes the call.
So the cutoff raises to $2,000. We get a few calls. Doug Polk wakes up with pocket kings in the straddle and decides to make a 3-bet. and Nick Airball calls with his pocket fives, and we take a flop.
I'm stoic here. I'll go ahead and.
I like it.
Doug will c-bet the kings. Down bets to 11. And Airball still interested. Quickly makes the call.
Doug c-bets 11,000 on this flop. Nick Airball makes a call. Let's take a turn.
Hearts come in. Neither player with a heart. Doug's going to use a little bit of pot control here.
The turn comes on 8 of hearts, filling in a flush, and it goes check, check. Let's take a river.
Use a little bit of pot control here. And after Airball checks turn, now checks river. You got to think your kings are good here. The Jack 10's there, the flush is there. Possible sets for Airball. So will Doug still go for value? Imagine so. Hard to call here if you're Airball with fives, unless you want to turn him into a bluff.
Oh my God.
And that's what I thought he was considering doing.
Doug bets $38,000 on this river, and Nick Airball very quickly moves all in, and you can see the agony on Doug's face. He does not like this. Doug just times down like a machine. He really wants to call here, but he also really wants to fold. He doesn't know what to do. He's timing down. He's like, I don't know. Is this guy bluffing here? Does he just have a flush? Did he flop a set? It's a confusing spot for Doug. But Nick Airball's the kind of guy to do this, okay? He's the kind of guy to take a hand like pocket fives, by the way, which has no good blockers here. He doesn't even have a heart in his hand, and he's just playing street poker here, guys, right? Nick Airball's not the kind of guy that's going to be in GTO solvers and, you know, running the math or whatever. He's a feel player, and he gets in there, and he's like, I think Doug is going to fold in this spot. He's capped. I'm uncapped. I'm not going to pull this bluff every single day. I'm not going to do this over and over again. This is a one-off spot. I'm going to take it. My line looks credible. Let's go for it.
Lays it down. Here comes the celebration.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Lord.
No, you still got the cards. You still got the cards.
I won't show. I just want to show anyone.
Okay, fine. We're gonna.
Okay, fine. You can.
And it actually gets through, and he shows the bluff. He has a smile on his face. The table is loving it. The fans are loving it. This is why we all love Nick Airball. My overall thoughts on Nick is that he probably wouldn't win online, but he's great at live poker and has such a strong presence and can adjust super well to the players he's playing against. I think he's better than people realize, and some of his bad plays are just to get invited to future games and be entertaining. He also has an incredible poker face. I mean, the Nick Airball face is what I call it. You know, when he just stares, he just makes a bluff and he's just looking at you like as if everything is all fine and dandy. That is the Nick Airball we all know and love. Subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one.